On one hand, we've got so-called fitness experts overcomplicating chest training and making it seem like it's far more complex than it really is. On the other hand, however, more and more minimalist trainers have gone the other route, claiming that building a bigger chest is as simple as bench pressing frequently and getting progressively stronger. The truth, however, lies somewhere in the middle. Sure, there are those genetically gifted individuals whose chests would grow from nothing more than a few push-ups each night before bed, but they're the exception. You see, building a solid, well-rounded chest doesn't have to be this elaborate process where you hit the chest from all different angles. Likewise, it's usually not as simple as bench pressing every day. If you want to build bigger pecs, there are two things that have to happen. For starters, you've got to understand the anatomy and physiology of the chest. Once you understand what muscles are involved and, more importantly, what function they're responsible for, choosing the right exercises and how to perform them more effectively becomes obvious. Second, once you've got your 2 to 3 key movements, focus on progression. If you're performing the right exercises using proper form, this ensures that the pecs are doing the majority of the work rather than the secondary muscles bearing the load, and gradually increasing the load, for example, increasing reps without sacrificing weight or increasing weight without sacrificing reps, your chest will grow. In this video, I want to briefly go over the basic anatomy of the chest and its functions, and then I want to go over what are, in my opinion, the only 3 chest exercises you need for building well-rounded pecs. The anatomy of the chest. Contrary to popular belief, the chest is actually only made up of one main muscle, the pectoralis major. The chest muscle's main function is to bring the upper arm across the body. As you can see here, the pectoralis major has multiple heads. There's a sternocostal head, which attaches the breastbone and rib cage to your upper arm, and a clavicular head, which attaches your collarbone to your upper arm. This is important because how a muscle attaches to the skeleton helps determine how it responds to different movements. For example, exercises like the flat barbell bench press emphasizes the larger sternocostal head of the pecs, and the exercises that involve shoulder flexion, for example, moving the arms up and away from the chest, like the incline barbell press, emphasize the clavicular head or upper chest. That said, it's not hard to see why targeting the quote-unquote mid-chest or quote-unquote lower pecs is a complete waste of time. The pectoralis major is one muscle responsible for the same few functions: horizontal adduction, internal rotation, and shoulder flexion and extension. Now that you understand what muscles you're targeting and what movement they're involved in, it's time to go over the best exercises for training these functions effectively. Number 1, a primary pushing movement. The focal point of your chest training should do a few things. First, this exercise should focus on the primary function of the pecs, horizontal adduction. Second, it should be a big, heavy compound exercise that allows you to load the pecs. And lastly, rather than focusing on one portion of the pecs, it should target the chest as a whole. That said, the bench press is the obvious choice. A study published in the Journal of Interventional Medicine and Applied Science found that benching 3 days per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with no chest isolation exercises increased both chest thickness and 1 rep max by 50% on average. The chest gains the subjects experience were directly associated with a stronger bench press. Now I know what you're thinking. You're already bench pressing, getting stronger, but your chest isn't responding. Am I right? This is where understanding the physiology comes into play. Here's what I want you to do. Put your left hand over your right pec. Bend your elbow at 90 degrees and now bring your arm up so your shoulder and elbow are in line. From here, I want you to push your arm out in front of you almost as if you're bench pressing while keeping your hand on your chest. Did you notice the lack of tension in your chest? That's because benching with flared elbows almost completely eliminates the main focus of the pec major, horizontal adduction. Now try this. Put your left hand over your chest. Bend your elbow at 90 degrees, but this time, instead of bringing your arm up to the point your shoulder and elbow are in line, stop midway with your elbow closer to your body. From here, with your hand still on your chest, push your arm out as if you're bench pressing. Did you notice the huge difference? This simple change in how you perform the bench press alone will make a huge difference in the development of your pecs. Not sure if you're tucking your elbows too much or too little? First, make sure your wrist and elbows are in line when gripping the bar. Second, bring the bar down right below the nipple line. If you can accomplish those two things, you're likely keeping your elbows in a safe position while also putting more tension on the pecs than the shoulders. If you're already bench pressing frequently, using proper form and getting stronger, fear not. There are still 2 more movements you should be implementing. Number 2, the clavicular head. Although the bench press does a great job at distributing tension among the entire chest, the research is clear that the incline bench press activates the upper chest better than the flat bench. This is why I recommend that everyone include an exercise that prioritizes shoulder flexion when pushing to ensure stimulating the upper chest sufficiently. This exercise should focus primarily on the upper chest and include a good deal of horizontal adduction, getting the humerus across the body. For most, I'd recommend an incline dumbbell press. Using dumbbells will allow more freedom to bring the humerus across the body, horizontal adduction, while still allowing you to load the upper chest to a great degree. Another alternative would be the close grip bench press. Although this exercise is touted as a great triceps builder, and it very well is, research shows that the close grip bench press activates the upper chest 20 to 30% better than the flat barbell bench press. And number 3, deep stretch, short contraction. Last but certainly not least, I recommend performing an exercise that targets the chest as a whole, allows for a nice stretch, and allows for the greatest feel of the muscle. In my opinion, there's no better way to end a chest workout than a chest fly. Whether it's done with cables or dumbbells, the amount of stretch you can achieve safely with a chest fly is second to none. Not to mention, the further we get the upper arm across the body, the shorter we can get the pec. Want to maximize your contraction with the chest fly? Don't make this mistake. Most people will perform the chest fly with their elbows slightly bent, almost as if they're hugging a barrel. The problem is, this is causing us to stop short of a shortened contraction, making the chest fly almost completely useless. Instead, start the movement off with your elbows slightly bent, but begin to straighten your arms out as you complete the rep. This will allow you to get the humerus further across the body, making for a fully shortened contraction. To summarize, make the bench press the focal point of your chest training. Load the bar up and aim to get as strong as possible. Include some upper chest work to ensure you're providing enough volume for growth, then finish off your workout with a fly that allows for a good stretch, strong contraction, and an insane pump. Want to take your chest training to the next level? Download my free chest training DVD series. Just click the link in the description, put your name and your email address, and you'll get instant access to the videos. Would you like to see the back training version of this video? If so, make sure to hit that like button so I know it's what you want. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.